So I wasn't going to do a post tonight, but then happened across a podcast, a live one, and really got me thinking and really got me back into that Jesus spiritual place. I haven't really been super productive today. Well, spiritually wise, yes. um, but otherwise, not so much. But then I listened to that, and wow, a lot was going through my head during that time. And there was some confirmation in regards to some things. Just a sense of knowing, but it was confirmation. I wasn't asking for it, but the Lord confirmed it. So he's really cool that way. But I guess tonight I don't want to make this long. I know I say that every time and I do make it long and I feel like they're getting longer and longer. But Jesus has so much to say, and I guess I'm a good instrument, or enough a good of instrument that he cares enough to output so much from me to you guys. But I want you guys to know that you are loved. You are beautiful. You are wonderful. And that, you know, you are amazing and you are unique. It is so easy for us to hear those words and be like, yeah, no, or I don't really believe it. And I was in a place like that, very familiar, not too long ago. But just think about the weight of those words. You are loved. You are wonderful. You are amazing. You are unique. Isn't that just beautiful? I don't know. When I was saying those, I just all of a sudden got a picture of a flower. Nothing too, outstanding, but just a simple flower and it just coming to bloom. Just the right time and the right season. This is the right season, guys. This is the right time for those flowers to start blooming. Just think about that. If you were a flower, would you be a violet? Would you be a daffodil? A daisy? An amethyst? A lily? Just think about that. Tulip? If you had a choice of which flower you were, and you really were able to sit in this, just let the weight of those words rest and wash over you tonight. You are beautiful. You are loved. You are wonderful. You are amazing. You are unique. Just imagine if you heard that every day. If we walked outside our doors and said that to each other every day. Hey, how you doing? You know you're loved, right? Wow. How many people would walk around with smiles on their faces? How many people would puff up and be like, yeah, I am? How many broken people would be like, that's so true. And their circumstances wouldn't feel so overwhelming. Maybe that's the calling. The message was really profound tonight. Maybe that's just a simple calling. Again, it goes back to what I was talking about in Daniel. The simple theology. You are loved. How hard is it to say those 3 words to people? You are loved. You are wonderful. You are you are amazing. You are unique. I really think we need to start lifting our brothers and sisters, especially in this time. And while we're hiding behind our masks and hiding in our houses and everything, maybe it's time to do something out of the ordinary. And Jesus just spoke something to me. Kind of crazy idea. But I'm going to try it. See if I can get some orders tomorrow in between the church services and try something a little different. Let people know that they are loved. Let people know that they are unique, that they are special. Give people an Easter gift, I have been so receiving lately. But have I been giving? Have I been receiving more than I've been giving? Because I honestly feel right now I feel like I've been giving to these videos, but I don't even watch these videos. I feel like I've been giving in my social aptitude and friendliness, but now we're hiding behind masks. So how can people see my smile? So am I giving more than I'm receiving? Or am I receiving more than I'm giving? Or should there just be an equal balance? It's a good question. So let's let the weight of those words wash over us tonight. Let us just sit in them. Let us just, rejoice in who the Lord is and his goodness. Theology doesn't have to be complicated. Loving Jesus doesn't have to be complicated. You are loved. you know? It's really that simple. And I'm just overwhelmed by that thought, you know? Imagine that the world was a garden. And imagine Jesus toiling that garden. And imagine him planting that garden. And then imagine him stepping back and letting the rainfalls of God's goodness water us. And then our kind words water us. And then watching those seeds begin to sprout. What would it be like if we walked outside the door and said, hey, you're loved. Hey, you look beautiful. Not just look beautiful, you are beautiful. Look can mean many things. But you are beautiful. Why? Jesus loves you. He already says that. But just imagine if we use words like that the world would be the most beautiful place. It would be the most gorgeous, most diverse, most unique garden. Maybe we should just not just be sad seeds, in the ground. Maybe we should not be, seeds just waiting. Maybe we should be active seeds. Seeds that are beginning to sprout and push up through this dry season. Find the water, that's already waiting for us and ready to receive, Be receivers. Be givers. Be lovers. Be gentle and kind and compassionate. Be understanding. Your journey is not the same as someone else's. And maybe you don't understand other people, but there's no reason to be mean or rude about it. I mean, the other day I was in the store and I duck and dodge and apologize when I, cut someone off or, try to do my best anyways, or reach around people because, you're supposed to be 6 feet distance. But I have a job to do and I have a time limit. And so I got to be quick. I got to be, ducking and dodging. And there's this one man and I really don't know what was happening, but he started yelling at me really loudly. Maybe his voice was just very loud, but it was really accosting. And I became afraid. His words weren't kind. I wore a mask. He couldn't see my smile or I ducked my head kind of thing like an apology, but he couldn't see my smile. He couldn't see my face that I was sincere. And I kept running into him over and over, and the Lord is crazy that way, but I just kept running into him. And every time I saw him, I'd be like, oh, there he is. Duck and dodge, try to stay out of his path. I was kind of afraid of him. I mean, he wasn't a big, scary guy, but I didn't want to yell at. I felt like every time I saw him, he was rolling his eyes or frustrated. And we weren't even 6 feet close, I just felt like I was kept stepping on his toes. And so at one point then, I'm over there doing my grocery cart, almost finished. Still got 20 or so items more to go. It was a large cart. And he's like, hey, you, calling me over. And I just kind of look over and I'm just like, oh, great, what'd I do this time? He's actually speaking to me. And I went over and he's like, you're with Instacart. And I'm like, yeah, because I wear my badge and stuff. And it broke into a conversation. And it ended up, he was just a really friendly guy. And whatever was there before was gone. And we had a pretty good conversation, Turns out he was watching me. Not sure if that was a good thing or not, but he's like, I was watching you. I saw you kept going back and forth. What's the reasoning and call for that? And he was kind of concerned and stuff, and I explained how I work, And it was interesting. And he was a very seasoned Instacart shopper. But it really made me realize, the simple facet that maybe he was gruff and aggressive at first, but something about me stood out. Something about me, about my apologizing, even if it was silent because I was hiding behind my mask, trying to keep safe and trying to keep healthy. But something about my behavior, something about the light of Jesus, because I did pray multiple times and I talk to Jesus and I giggle and I laugh. It's a weird word to say giggle, but it's something I do now, just so filled with the joy of the Lord. But something about me caught his attention and it drew him, where he was frustrated and mad at me because I cut him off that one time, but he couldn't stop watching me or following me. That kind of sounds unnerving if you think about it, but really think about it. Something about me stood out. So he decided to have a conversation, and he didn't get his answer, I don't think. But he saw that I was really friendly, and I was really open, and I was willing to receive what he had to say and his input and his thoughts. And I think it made him feel valued because by the time we were in, it's a 5 second kind of conversation. It's not super long, it's on a time limit. But he paused enough in his, busy order, and I paused enough in my busy order to just simply come together and be like, hey, how's it going? But how many times do we really allow that to happen? How many times do we let our actions reveal who Christ is? I mean, when people are curious, why is there maybe a glow about us? Why are we so joyful amidst this crisis? Why are we so bold and courageous, and why are we, so gentle and kind? There's things about us, about living in the kingdom and putting the kingdom to action and being a kingdom child. I still can't figure out where that word really came from, but it just came and it stuck, and I love it. I'm a kingdom child. But where does that, and how does that, it draws people's attention. It catches their eye, and they can't stop wondering what about us is different. And maybe they hope that if they have a conversation, they'll figure it out. Missing puzzle piece. But I think actually that just probably raised more questions, or something I said probably answered something that he wondered about. But I could have been really upset or really hesitant to approach this guy after he'd already barked at me and kind of was aggressive in a way. I had another lady yell at me later, but didn't think I was following my social protocol cues, which I forget because it's hard for me to think, oh yeah, I can't be near this person. Oh yeah, I can't, be this close. It's really weird, but yeah, there's something about us being kingdom children that makes us stand apart, that makes us different. I haven't heard the words, but when I was in Washington and when I was super close to the Lord before a lot of that got lost in the midst of stuff, best way of saying it, I remember one girl looked at me and she says, "You have a glow about you. There's something different." And I remember it was the most moment where I felt so puffed up. I use the word puffed up because, it's not pride, but it's just wow, it really kind of raises your shoulders and makes you feel confident and beautiful and okay. But it really was a moment that I really treasured, and I've been yearning to get back to that place. Only I think I far exceeded that by now, hopefully, being a kingdom child as I am. But I just want you guys to be encouraged that you guys don't have to have a particular glow about you, but your actions will speak for you. Your words will speak for you. If you're going to start cussing out people, what people are going to be like, hey, that guy loves Jesus? That's not going to happen. But if someone's cussing you out and you just start saying, hey, I'm sorry, it was a simple misunderstanding, they're going to take a step back and be like, whoa, okay, something's different here. How do we handle certain situations? Do we lay on our horns when we're upset at people? Or do we stand back and be like, okay, what just happened, Lord? Please show me this. I've noticed that lately with the Lord, that I end up in situations or listening to things, and I'm like, okay, good Lord, what do you want to show me? What are you speaking in this moment? And tonight, I kind of did that. I was like, okay, I'm not really in the whole settle down in spirit mode. I just kind of want to take a break from that. But the Lord was just there, and I was like, okay, Lord, I do want to know what this is good, but what do you got to show me? And I guess this is what he wanted to show me, just a quiet revelation of his goodness, but telling people, you are loved, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are wonderful, you are unique. Let's go out in the world and let's tell people that. Let's be the heart of Jesus in action. Let us be heart artists. Heartists. That's a new word I learned tonight. I just love it. If I remember correctly, they said a heartist is one who creates or draws beautiful things out of one's heart. And that just was whoa, that's what I am. I'm not just an artist. I'm not just someone who loves people. But that's what I want to strive to be, as a heart artist. Really draw and create beautiful things on other people's hearts. I don't want to stand out as someone that has missed the kingdom, that has forgotten, the kingdom. I want to be someone who stands out, who loves the kingdom, who shows those around them what the kingdom is, how good it is, and what love is. I'm still learning that word, and I still puzzle it, but I've really felt it a lot lately. And love is it's not a word, it's an action, You can say you love someone, but until you put it into action, it doesn't mean a whole lot. So let's put the kingdom and let's put the love into the kingdom, and let's put it to action tonight. Let us love those that are around us. Let us praise and glorify God and who He is. And let's stand apart. Let us make those around us be like, we're in the midst of COVID-19. Why are you smiling? Why are you laughing? Why are you being who you are? What about you is different? Stand out. Be loud. Be bold. Be courageous. Conquer. Conquer fear. No more depression. No more anxiety. No more any of that stuff. No more sins. No more lies. Get rid of those. They're gone. They're over there. Let's be kingdom. Kingdom lovers. Ooh, I love that. I think I might keep that one. Let's be kingdom lovers, friends. World, strangers, neighbors, people I haven't met, people I love and care about. Let's be kingdom lovers. Let's be kingdom children. Let's gather tonight and let's just love and set love in action. All right, Lord. I always mess that up. All right, world. I love you guys. Virtual hugs. Bye.